the planet, and I'm wondering how these people act. Each of us got demons, only some of us make the evil last. Observing all the lies, you can't extinguish my fire. Trusting everything I see and hear. Think I'm serious? Yeah, why? No more pushing, get to the side to make my point, it's do or die. You can run your mouth while I put you in the place. You might as well commit suicide. Don't lie to me if you got my back. I don't wanna be the only one standing there. I've been looking stupid, be a real dog, going crazy, yanking out my head. Keeping your cool, no competitions, but that doesn't make you less wrong. Last thing you want me to do is mention you in my next song. Jokes on you, don't fuck with me. Spill your secrets publicly. Don't bring drama unless you plan to face this shit. Don't run for me. Said you be the one to hold me down and keep it real. Said you see right through me and you know how I feel. Said you could be honest to my face for me to chill. So the other side of me, you know how to deal with. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Call me up for the night. Turning up, I'm doing favors. Shit be costing money, and I don't see nobody returning favors. Different social classes, you can still get your ass kicked. Principles still matter to me, you ugly, selfish bastard. Look me up if you're across the street. I be coming out only to see you flee. Win this case by mass appeal, since y'all don't know how to try to feel. Considering you've been fucking up, I recommend Jesus takes away. Don't like it, I don't give a fuck, but you need to learn what's the fucking deal. Your promises so what? Nothing. One night you trying to be something. See me on the rise, not my problem if your ship sunken. For all that shit you talked about, take my lessons and walking out. Shut the fuck up, put your nonsense before I put my dick in your mouth. Shouldn't have to watch my back if my team knows me best. It's obvious you envy me, you hate to see me flex. Myself will get it smaller, wonder who will stick around. If you ride with me, I ride with you. I got you till I'm in the ground. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Staying true to your word. Cooking with a plot at midnight. Said you lay me out. That's why your bitch giving me head right. I said the fact that you're my cross-side. Savage taking your piece of pie. Fuck for me, you can't fuck for free. I be taking something that will pop for me. You can't pop for me. No poverty about me. So proud of the guy I could be. Lying to me, so obviously don't think the truth to be trying to me. Dealing with hypocrisy, do you pop belief? I spit happily. So logically, to a high degree with me, you want no bother be. Call the bluffs on you fake fucks. I roll out, where's your paper? No, I know using my plate, cause I hate open papers. Fucking shit, no makeup. Natural beauty is my favorite. Gold diggers can fall back into 40 circuit breakers. Go Hollywood doesn't make you real. Trust me, I know how to get a paper bill. Ask yourself how much you gonna push me until it's the day you kill. Physically, metaphorically, I don't really give a fuck about the way it's done. Hating all the two faces, but in this song I made you one. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. Coming back, get it right. Gonna do, get it right. Keep it real, get it right. Hold it down, get it right. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Frequency. Um, Welcome to episode 2 of Disabled You're Able video podcast. Um, my name is Frequency, as you already know. I'm a hearing impaired hip hop artist, and I do music, I do all that type of stuff, and I would like to talk about a man that I found on the internet named Jason Barnes. Okay, Jason Barnes is a drummer from Atlanta, Georgia. Um, I came across him on the internet and I saw all these things that he's able to do.
and I did some research about him. I'd like to talk about him. His disability is due to being electrocuted when he was working in a restaurant. Um, Basically, what happened, he was doing something on the roof, and then a transformer exploded on top on him, and he woke up in the hospital, and he needed to get surgery in his arm. They couldn't save his arm, so they had to amputate part of it. And actually, the doctor said that he could have died that day, but he actually happened to survive. Um, he healed up. Whatever you have to do, maybe rehab, recovery, to get back in shape. He went home and he still wanted to play the drums, and he took to the sky and became an unarmed amputee drummer. That's what I would like to say. Um, so what he did was in the beginning of um, him overcoming this whole challenge, um, only having like half an arm, he lost his hand. Like I think right up to here. Um, what he did was he attached a drumstick to his stub with tape, and that's how he did it. Um, at first, it was painful, but some people would play through the pain because they just want to be great. They want to inspire people, and or they inspire themselves. Um, he had prior knowledge that there was prosthetic arms out. I mean, technology is awesome. So he decided to build his own, and this thing is pretty dope. Basically, it allowed him to play the drums a little easier, and all these advancements in technology allowed him to find the right channels for his innovative prosthetic arm, which is specialized for his drumming disability. Um, there's something called the trick stick, but I get into that in a minute. Um, his prosthetic arm that he uses every single day is supplemented by something called electromyograms, which or EMG, which are attached to the muscles in his arm. Right. Um, I wish I had a picture. I should have printed the picture, but this thing is pretty cool. Uh, it, so you know what a prosthetic arm looks like? It's just like a casing, and then at the end it could be a hand or some type of whatever attachment. Um, this he had the elbow, and he had attached it to a drumstick, and then he just it did this like at the elbow. It was pretty good actually. Um, and then what he does is when he contracts muscles or flexes a muscle, the prosthetic arm does an action. It picks up the signals from the body. The trick stick was one of his. I think it's a nicknamed invention or innovative arm that he made. It was pretty cool. I think it has um, two drumsticks on it, right? And one goes really, 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 really fast, and the other somehow like he controls it with a button, so it does different things depending on how he decides to play it. The button allows him, switch along different drumming methods. He ended up meeting these people, researchers from at the Georgia Institute of Technology, and they developed a prosthetic arm for him, and it had 5 fingers on it, right? It was very similar to Luke Skywalker's hand in Star Wars. Star Wars fan, you can see that. Um, the ultrasonic sensor that was built in it is pretty awesome. Basically, what it does is it has 0 to low latency. Now, for people who are in music engineering, you probably understand that um, it there's no delay, or in gaming, there's the amount of ping. There's no delay in the action you want to do. And now that is very important when you want to play certain difficult compositions of music. It could be like a or like some, I don't know how, man, but like that kind of contraption is incredible because it's important to, for whatever drummer that wants to play a certain type of way. And it doesn't um, have those things in commercial prosthetic arms that are available for purchase. The sensors that they have in them, they allow the continuous and simultaneous for the fingers also, and it also allows the fingers to pick up how much force you want to apply from the ultra the um the ultra sensors. It's pretty awesome. A man in mind with Gail Weinberg. He was the frontman for this whole innovation and invention of prosthetics, and I certainly think that he deserves the recognition for developing a device to make it easier for amputee musicians to play, because it's very hard, very hard for people out there who have one arm or one leg and they want to play an instrument. Um, People, perhaps he can get in touch with more people. You know, all these type of inventions that are happening in the music industry, there's no limit. And with people being disabled, we we owe it to ourselves to put that money and time into helping our physical disabled musicians be more inclusive in the industry. You know, there are a bunch of people that would like to play, and not many of them have that kind of opportunity. Um, Him, being able to play his fingers, that allows him to play the piano. You know, I'm pretty sure he might be able to play the guitar. I haven't found that out yet, but I do know that he was able to play the piano. Um, this is great. He went around for the world in concerts, especially Moog Fest, which is a big, big event. If you guys know a guy named Robert Moog, he developed the first Moog synthesizer. He's very famous for that. Um, yeah, you should check Jason Barnes out. He's got some good stuff. In fact, I'm gonna play a video for you guys. Let him have the music speak for himself. Yeah, you got to applaud for that. That shit is dope. Mm, that is dope. The thing is dope. Yep. Okay. Um, Jason Barnes, everybody. Yep. Uh, go and check him out. You know, he's on YouTube. He's on Instagram. He's everywhere. He's doing his thing. Um, Shout out to him to inspiring all these other drummers trying to, do what they love, or even every musician who's has some type of amputated limb, trying to do what they love and inspiring them. May have a hearing problem, severe sensory nerve deafness in both ears. So I wear hearing aids, and just a few weeks ago I performed with only one hearing aid. If me and him can do it, you guys can do it too. hmm I like to close the show out by telling everybody that Disabled Open Mic and Open Jam is this Saturday at Funkadelic Studios near Times Square, 209 West 40th Street on the fifth floor from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. You know, I want to help everybody figure out how to perform better, accommodate them in their performances that are these people that are physically disabled. Um, you do music. I want to help you out, make the music industry feel more inclusive and comfortable for you. And if you guys come out, I'll be able to do that. So, hold up. Tomorrow, Every Friday I have a Freestyle Friday segment with my boy Shock Duck. Now that happens on a fly and by ear, but I'll be make sure to post a flyer tomorrow about that and update everybody on my social media, Facebook and Instagram. I'm heavy on that. Also, my Frequency Spectrum album that drops September 12th. I want you guys to stay tuned. I got a lot of tracks on that, and I hope you guys will enjoy. And that is episode 2 of the Save What You're Able video podcast. Thank you. And stay tuned because I'll be back next week.